Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to be doing a full foundation wear test on the new Fenty Beauty Hydrating Primer and Foundation. I was super excited when I seen that this was being released at Sephora because I have heard quite a bit of things about the original formula that they came out with. Unfortunately that was way too dry for my skin. I just have really dry skin, and that was a matte foundation. So if you have oily skin, I'm sure you guys would have loved that. But for me, I was super excited when I seen that this was being released. I pretty much was waiting for it to be in store so that I could go in and get shade matched and pick it up. But yeah, I am super excited to try this out. So if you guys are interested to see how this foundation wears, then just keep watching. It is quite warm here today in Australia, so I thought today was the perfect opportunity to try out this foundation. I am just going to quickly jump on to Sephora's website and read out some information about this foundation and primer, and then we will get straight into the wear test. So for the Fenty what is this called actually? Pro Filt'r Hydrating Foundation. So it says that it is a first of its kind hydrating long wear foundation that delivers it all with comfortable medium to full coverage, serious staying power and natural finish, perfect for normal to dry skin, all in a groundbreaking range of 50 shades. It is $52 and it does come with 32 mils of product. It does also say for the first time ever, medium to full coverage meets serious long wear in a hydrating foundation with a perfectly smooth natural finish that lets skin look like skin. We're talking natural, not dewy, like your skin just had a must needed drink of water. So that will be interesting. I'm excited to see how my skin will take to that. It does also have a 4-star rating with 32 reviews as well. And then next up we have the primer. So that is the Pro Filt'r Hydrating Primer, 32 mils. It is $46. It does have a 5-star rating but only with 6 reviews. It does say a lightweight hydrating makeup primer for normal to dry skin that instantly nourishes with a silky smooth formula that keeps skin comfortable all day while improving and extending foundation wear. It also says no more dry spells, meet the lightweight yet moisture rich face primer that instantly hydrates skin without weighing it down and keeps it hydrated and comfortable all day while making your foundation last even longer. Paired with any Fenty Beauty foundation, Pro Filt'r Hydrating Primer also works instantly to soften skin, smooth away dry patches and create a filter-like blurring effect. The result, a fresh flawless canvas that lets makeup glide on smoothly and evenly while helping it last all day without caking or setting. So there are a lot of things that sound really great about this foundation and primer, so we will definitely be putting that to the test. I'm going to be wearing it for as long as possible, so hopefully my skin likes this. I always have trouble finding foundations, especially having dry skin. It can be quite difficult because I do find that a lot of foundations that I'm interested in trying or that brands come out with are normally for oily skins and they have a matte finish, so my skin doesn't quite like them too much. So this is the packaging that it comes in. It's just their normal standard packaging that they have for their foundation and primer. It just has the Fenty label on the front and then just the black and cream spotting detailed on the front, and the actual primer itself comes in this really nice bottle. I quite like it. It is glass, so be aware of that as well. It has a really nice matte lid and then just the pink primer inside, which I really like. I think the packaging is super cute on this one. So let's give this a try. I'm just going to do 2 pumps of, or maybe 2.5. We'll go 2.5. This is what it looks like. So it's just like a pink gel-like formula. I'm just going to apply that all over my face. Oh, it smells really nice. I quite like the smell of that. It's not too strong, but kind of just smells like a moisturizer. So straight off the bat, that is super hydrating. It just kind of sinks into the skin. It does have a little bit of a tacky feeling to it, but it does feel super hydrating and it smells really nice too. I really like the smell of that. My skin is super red today. I have been picking at it, which is my own fault, but yeah, my skin feels a bit tacky, but which is probably a good thing for the foundation to stick to, but it does feel nice and hydrating, and a little does go a long way with that as well. Moving on to the foundation. So this is the packaging that it comes in. I do have the shade 100. I think this is the lightest shade that this foundation comes in. My skin is pretty fair, so this is the one that I picked up. I would rather pick up a foundation that is a little bit too light and be able to fix it with powder and bronzer than pick up a foundation that's too dark and it just becomes a hot mess and it's too hard to fix. So this is the foundation. It comes in a little squeezy tube bottle and it does have a pump on the end as well, which I really appreciate. This is super travel friendly as well. It's not glass, so it won't break, and it has just really sleek, easy travel packaging. So I'm going to be applying this just with a Morphe sponge. I have seen a lot of people using this foundation with a brush, but I do prefer to use and apply my foundations with a beauty sponge. I just find that it works better for my skin. If I do use a brush, sometimes I find that my foundation goes streaky. I'm not really too sure why, but I just prefer using a sponge. So I'm just going to put 2 pumps of this on the back of my hand, and then I'll just apply it directly to my face with my fingertips, and then I will blend it out with the sponge. So I just like to do little dots that is quite light, and then I'll just spread it out with my hand just so it doesn't all bunch up together. Okay, and then let's blend it out. So that is that side of my face done. I do have a little bit of my blemishes that I was picking out before I applied this foundation peeking through. So this is the side with the foundation and the side without the foundation. So that did cover pretty well. I think it matches pretty good from what I can see. It did look a little bit light, but I think once I add concealer and powder and all that, it'll be a perfect match for my skin. It did cover very well. I am quite happy with how that looks. I always have this little bit of redness peeking through. I can try the most full coverage foundation and it will still somehow seep through my skin. But so that is one dot of that foundation, and that's how it looks so far. I'm just going to go ahead and do this side and we'll see how it looks. It is quite runny, as well as you guys can see here. It's kind of running down the side of my hand. One layer of the foundation on my face. I am going to go in with a little bit more just on my cheeks to try and build it up a little bit. I will say on this side of my cheek here, just in this section, it is looking a little bit dry. My skin is honestly ridiculously dry at the moment. I don't know what is going on. I don't know if I'm not drinking enough water and it's just really dehydrated, but yeah, so there is looking a little bit dry there. It is pretty good coverage. I am still a little bit red on my cheeks, but I'm going to go in with a little bit more foundation and we will see if that will cover up the rest of it. But so far it does feel really light on the skin. It doesn't feel like I'm wearing a whole bunch of makeup, which is a really good thing. I do like that in my foundation, especially coming into summertime. I don't want to feel like I'm caked up with foundation. I'm sure you guys would understand. So I'm just going to go in and pop in a little bit more foundation and we will see how it looks. So that is with that little bit of extra coverage on the cheeks. I think it's covered up pretty well. It didn't cake up when I added on that little bit of extra foundation on there either, which is great. So now I am going to pop off camera and finish the rest of my makeup, and I will come back and give you guys my final thoughts, and then we'll get into this full day wear test. Okay guys, I am back and I have finished my makeup. So this is how my skin is currently looking. I am super happy with how this foundation is looking at the moment. I don't look dry, I don't look flat, I don't look matte. I just look really glowy, and it kind of just looks like my skin. It's probably also help of the highlighter that I'm using, but normally I get really dry up here on my forehead and I don't have any of that dryness at the moment. My skin just looks really fresh, so I'm super happy with how it's looking. This is currently my skin. I did say to you guys before that I was feeling a bit dry over here on this side of my face, but once the foundation has settled in and I've applied the rest of my makeup and setting spray and whatnot, that has gone away. I do have a few bumps and lumps on my face that I can still see from my pimples that I was picking and squeezing at this morning, but other than that, I'm super happy with how my foundation is looking. The color match was perfect for my skin as well. My bronzer looks super dark in this viewfinder right now. It's not that dark in person, but anyway, yeah, so I'm super happy with how it's looking at the moment. I don't feel like I have a full coverage thick makeup on my skin. It just feels really light, and yeah, so I'm super happy with that at the moment, and I will check in with you guys in a few hours to give you an update on how the foundation is holding up. Hello guys, I'm just updating you guys on my foundation. I also did forget to mention when I first put the foundation on what time it was. So it was 11:30 when I had finished getting ready, and this is how my makeup is currently looking at the moment. It is, I have to find out what time it is right now. So it is currently 6:55 p.m. as you guys can see on there. I have been so busy all day. I did plan on checking in with you guys a little bit earlier, but I have been at the shops. I was trying on a whole bunch of clothes and getting them ready for Bali at the end of the year. I wanted some summer clothes to take with me and just some summer clothes in general. So I did do that. So I've been trying on a whole bunch of clothes in and out constantly, and my makeup has held up pretty well. I am under the light, one of my ring lights at the moment, so I hope you guys can see how it's currently looking. It has come off a little bit on my nose over here, but that was from putting the clothes in and off, so it did transfer a little bit there. But other than that, my skin is still looking perfect. I haven't had to touch up at all. I haven't blotted, anything like that, and my skin is still looking really fresh and just, yeah, like skin. I'm super happy with how it's looking at the moment. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to keep this makeup on for. I am so tired, and I really just want to take my makeup off at this point, but I'm going to try give it an hour or two. You might see me back here a little bit quicker. But yeah, I got home after I was trying on clothes, and I've been sanding and painting and blah blah blah. So yeah, this is how my makeup is currently looking. Super happy with how it is at the moment, and we'll see how long I last, and I will check in with you guys in a little bit. Okay guys, I am here for my final check-in. It is now 8:50, so I've had the foundation on for about 9 hours, I think. So we have given it a pretty good shot. I am so tired right now, and I'm pretty sure I'm getting the flu, so I really just want to have a shower and go to bed. But this foundation has held up so well. I'm so happy. Everything has stayed on really nice. It hasn't made anything go cakey or gross on my face either, so that is super good to know. This will probably be one of my new favorite foundations. I can already feel it. But yeah, I'm super happy with how this foundation turned out, and I will definitely be using it again and experimenting a little bit more with it as well. So if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you guys all in my next video.